Hello everybody, welcome back to Creative Gaming. In the last episode I started a special Mega Man 4 dice challenge, where I rolled an 8-sided die to decide each of my levels. I don't return to levels once I beat them, and I was allowed one cheat or reroll, which I have not used. Alright, so I have 2 levels left, Dive Man and Drill Man, so I need a 2 or a 7. Come on, give me a 2 or a 7. Damn, just give me a 2 or a 7 already. Finally, a 2. So that takes me to Dive Man. As you'd expect, it's a water level. I always found the theme for this stage fascinating. Usually water level themes are either upbeat or kind of calm like elevator music, but this theme sounds a little more aggressive like a war naval base. It's a bit more threatening than your average water theme, so it's kinda cool. You can use the Rush Marine for whatever parts you want in this level. I don't know if it really makes the level much easier though. This whale mini-boss is pretty cool. Again, impressive sprite work for the Nintendo. Alright, an E-Tank right off the bat. Thanks, Eddie. There is another secret item here, the wire. I'm not sure if this item was really necessary for them to create, kinda like the Rush Marine, where there are only a few specific areas in the game that it comes in handy. I have to redo a portion of this level. Now at Dive Man. He's another robot master who charges at you, and his physical body is more dangerous than his projectiles. His weakness is the Skull Barrier, though it is dangerous to use against him. If you're having trouble with the Skull Barrier, you can also use the Dust Crusher. He takes a decent amount of damage from that too, as well as your Mega Buster. Now I get the Dive Missile, which is a homing projectile that comes in handy for enemies that are at an awkward angle from you. Alright, so we have Drill Man left. No need to roll for this level. It's ironic, whenever I play this game, Drill Man is always the last robot master I fight anyway, just because of the order I play the game. If you start with Toad Man and know the sequence, Drill Man is at the end of that sequence. So it's a Rocky type level. Be careful if you want to get this one up. Oh, these enemies are annoying. I'll just use the rain flush here. See, I can use the wire here, but you can just use your rush coil or balloon. These rock shoots are a bit dangerous. A rock will come down at every couple of seconds intervals, but if you walk away a bit and come back, the rock will drop again right away. It gets a little more dangerous with these switches that make the ground appear. Now at Drill Man, another boss who's a bit annoying to fight. Oh, I don't have a lot of energy, so he'll probably do me in. He likes to go into the ground for a lot of the battle. Make sure you're moving after 2 or 3 seconds. Sometimes he'll walk towards you firing his drill bombs. You can't fire your weapons through those, so you have to fire your shots carefully. His weakness is the dive missiles. The fact that they home in on him really helps. And we got him. We get the drill bomb, which is a pretty cool weapon, and Rush Jet. It always made me laugh how Dr. Wily can come up with all of these complex robot masters and a multitude of robots in each levels, but Mega Man always has to repair Rush's flight capabilities in each game. So now we get to the Dr. Cossack levels. The level starts with the most devastating enemy in video game history.
The Creeper?
Don't say that name. Nope, it's the Slinky. The Slinky. I don't know what the thought process was here for this. I'll put a bunch of active Slinkies at the entrance to my level. That'll stop Mega Man. It's interesting that this game doesn't really have a nice themed level, so they put slippery platforms in this level. Come to think of it, I guess Mega Man 3 didn't have any ice levels either. Again, you have to be careful with the pits in this game. Dr. Cossack seems to be a Russian scientist. Another dangerous part here. This game sure likes its screwed up jumps over pits or spikes. Here you can use the rush coil or balloons. This part is a little screwy too. You usually have to fall from ladder to ladder, but you have to time things right with those enemies on the ladder. It's easier if you use the rush jet, but you still have to be careful of the timing of these enemies when they close in on the ladder. There is a cool looking boss here. Not difficult, though I forget what his weakness is. I'm thinking maybe the drill bombs? Not bad, but I think there's something better. Seems to be the ring boomerang. Half of the bosses in these final levels are weak against these things. Oh, should I waste an energy tank? Oh shit! Hello mid-level checkpoint! Damn, I forgot that I had to start all the way from here. So, a temporary setback, but nothing that can stop Dice Daddy!
Nope!
Oh come on, a villain rolling dice to decide his enemy's fate? You don't see it?
Doesn't sound like a very quick or efficient villain. As bad as the horribly slow murderer with the extremely inefficient weapon.
But...
Dylan, you got your dice, you got your video games, you got your little show, don't push it.
My evil plan spoiled by a house cat. Why did I die at that boss anyway? He's not difficult. I just got caught a little off guard there, wondering what his weakness is. Anyway, we have to do this crap over again. This boss almost looks cute with its bow tie of doom. You can drill and destroy the floor, so you don't want this battle to drag on for too long. A lot of the bosses in these final levels are cool. Like I said, this boss isn't difficult. I was being a little nonchalant. Alright, I was a bit clumsy, but I got him. Here we are at level 2. Not too much to say about this level. You have to use the rush jet here. Ah yes, these things. You have to watch the timing of the arrows and the spikes switch sides. Just use the balloons here, much quicker. Here's a use for the wire. This item is kind of useless. The rush coil and balloons perform the same function. I think there's only one spot in this entire game that is specifically catered to the use of the wire. We'll see it a bit later. Shit, get in there. Damn it. This magical pixel spot that you can jump in. Now we get to the second boss. This is another pretty cool boss. This structure that passes you by, once it scrolls slowly, you want to get inside to cause damage to the eye of this machine. Pretty cool design. The eye is weak against a dust crusher. And we're done here. Cossack level 3. Here we get another theme, which is probably one of the most famous tracks from this game. It's exceptionally upbeat and catchy. This is also a first for the Mega Man Classic series, a scrolling level. I guess you could count the part in Mega Man 2 with the big dragon. You can't damage these platform scrolling enemies. These cannons are a bit shitty to fight. They only open for a brief second to fire, but the timing of their shot is slightly randomized, so it's difficult to shoot them at the right time. I could probably use the rain flush or some other weapon to get rid of them. Some more craziness here. These platforms slowly fall when you step on them and quickly go up when you jump. Oh crap! Once they hit the upper screen, they just disappear from beneath your feet, so be careful. This part you really have to be careful. You actually have to stay on the platform so it'll take you down. When I was a kid, I was confused at the placement of this energy tank, but you just use the balloon and slide to get it. Boss here. This boss is a bit more dangerous because of your limited space. Try to stay in the middle of whatever platform so that you don't fall off if you get hit by a projectile. The first robot stays on the ceiling, and the second one circles the room. Ah damn, I don't know if the checkpoint is right before, but it's probably in the midpoint of the level, so I'm gonna be safe and use an energy tank. Alright, that's it for this boss. Now we get to the final level of the game. For the first time, the map shows a fork in the road. This is where the use of the wire is the most useful. Obviously, you could still use the coil or balloon. This direction is slightly easier than the other one, and I think there are more goodies. Now we get to Dr. Cossack. His machine reminds me of one of those claws that you have to guide to get those plushies you want. He can grab Mega Man as well. He is weak against the Dust Crusher. I think he actually takes damage from the wire too. I'm forgetting. Let me know in the comments if that's the case. So at the end of this battle, Proto Man delivers Cossack's daughter. And wouldn't you know it, Dr. Wily was behind the whole thing. At this point in the series, we weren't completely sure if Wily would return, because he seemed like he was crushed in the last game. But the old bastard is resilient. You know, Mega Man could just shoot him right here and be done with it. There would be no more sequels and no Mega Man X series. But no, you can't shoot evil mad scientist dictators trying to take over the world. So we once again go to Wily's Skull Castle. I call this the Hard Hat's Fetish level. These metal enemies are the only enemies in this entire level, and that includes the boss. A small water section here, but it's actually dangerous to use the Rush Marine because some spots, like here, are too narrow for you to pass. You'll blow up from touching the spikes. A little more dangerous here. If you have trouble timing your jumps well, then do use the Rush Marine. Ah, the disappearing blocks. What would a Mega Man game be without these? The boss, again, is a hard hat. He's weak against the ring boomerang. He's not too difficult, but you don't want to get hit by this big guy because he does cause a lot of damage. Wily Stage 2. Nine energy tanks, so I don't need this one. A few obstacles in this level, but nothing too over the top. If you're careful, you should be fine. Another boss that is cool sprite work for the 8-bit Nintendo. You can use your Mega Buster and fire from the left platform. He is weak against the ring boomerang, but you have to get on the closer platform. Maybe the ring reaches from the left platform too? I can't remember. Another one down. Now we get to the refight against the 8 Robot Masters. This shouldn't be too difficult if you remember the weakness of each of them. Bright Man. Oh, he's close. He does a lot of damage on physical contact. Oh, it's close. Damn it, he's about to kill me. Alright, might as well use an energy tank. I have 9. Skull Man. Dive Man. There is a fan-made game called Mega Man Maker, where people can design their own Mega Man levels, which is pretty cool. It's interesting because they've added certain things to some weapons. You can actually walk on spikes with the skull barrier activated in that game, but not in this game obviously. Toad Man, he's weak against the drill bomb. Seems like overkill, doesn't it? A big drill bomb against a Toad Man. Pharaoh Man, weak against the Flash Stopper. Ring Man, weak against the Pharaoh Shot. And finally Dust Man. We're gonna make him bite the dust. Now we get to Wily's Skull Machine. Looks intimidating at first, but hilariously, if you get close to him, he can't even damage you with his projectiles. So this first part is easy, but the second part is more challenging. The weakness is the eye just below Wily. You can charge up your Mega Buster, but you have to release it when Mega Man is at the peak of his jump, which is a little bit difficult to time. There is an easier way. When you fire a drill bomb, if you press the fire button again, it actually detonates the drill. So shoot a drill bomb and press the shoot button again before it arrives at the eye. It takes great damage from the explosion. Once again, Wily escapes, and for the third time we have a fake out, an extra level, but it's a short stretch to Wily. The final boss, Wily, is weak against the Pharaoh shot. It's a dark room, but after a projectile flies towards you, there is a quick flash that reveals his location. If you're in position to hit him, release the Pharaoh shot. With a little patience, you'll get him. So Wily begs for his life once again, but Mega Man seems to be slow to act, and Wily just escapes through a rotating door. You see, Mega Man, you could avoid a lot of shit if you just paid more attention. So again, Wily escapes, and of course the castle explodes in a cute pink skeleton mushroom cloud of death, and Mega Man rides the train home. Alright, so I have another victory under my belt. Mega Man 4 is a great entry in the series. It gave us the charging Mega Buster, which has a mixed opinion within gamers. It's usually more convenient to charge your Mega Buster as opposed to going to the menu screen to change your weapon. This does become a problem in a couple of the following entries, where the Mega Buster makes the special weapons almost trivial. I've also heard some people say that this game was one of the more difficult entries in the series. I'm not sure if I agree with that. I think the first Mega Man game is still more difficult. This game does have a few screwy jumps and is known for its many spikes. It's probably more difficult than Mega Man 2 and 3, but if you can beat 2 and 3, there's no real reason why you couldn't beat 4. The overall soundtrack is great once again. Not as good as 2, but not disappointing by a long shot. So that's it. I'll be moving on to another game next episode, but give this challenge a try. Give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back soon.
Without some idiotic dice-throwing villains.
Keep gaming, everyone. Greeting, mortals. I am the Dicer, or Dice Daddy, whatever. I will decide all your fates by rolling my dice. If I roll a 1, you will all die.
Roll the credits, roll the credits!